Howdy, howdy, howdy. What are we doing here, people? It's been like 48 hours since the last episode of the Deep Space Travel Break. For reference, it was over 2 months between the last episode and the one before that, so somehow, Sean finds a way. The man posted a bacon emoji on Twitter, so here we are. I'm Kanaju, and this is episode 39 of the Deep Space Travel Break, YouTube's #1 No Man's Sky podcast. For now. I saw Beeblebum popping his head up in the wake of this bacon emoji, so you never know. This episode is brought to you by my sheer will to create and the support of folks like you. Speaking of like and you, if you want to like this video before you even get to watch it, I promise that won't bother me at all. It can be our little secret. So, today's episode, 39, is going to be focused solely on Sean's choice of breakfast food. I want to share some of the community's ideas for what it could mean, as well as some of my own takes, right? If you're wondering where I've been the last few months, teaching, but that's in episode 38. If you're wondering about my April Fool's Day video, that Dugek trailer, that's also in episode 38. Oddly enough, the very thing we're about to talk about is also in episode 38. That is to say, I just went on a whole ramble about what we might expect this coming week from Hello Games and Summer Game Fest. With Sean's latest tweet, though, I think it's fair to say that things have changed just a bit. So here's a quick recap of what I covered in the last episode, at least the parts that are relevant to this episode. So, Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th. Summer Game Fest kicks off on June 6th. No Man's Sky is on sale, and we might be due for a Light No Fire update. That was all speculative, right? But with Sean tweeting bacon early this morning, we at least have some confirmation that something's going down. Probably, right? So let's get to the topic of the show. Bacon. Now, I haven't had any time to capture fresh B-roll since the last episode 2 days ago, so I apologize if the visuals are familiar. Or maybe I'll find some stock footage of bacon or something. Anyway, bacon. On the morning of May 31st, 2025, Sean Murray, head of Hello Games, tweeted a single bacon emoji. As you well know, that means we're probably getting something this week. In the past, when Sean tweets a single emoji on the weekend, we typically get a No Man's Sky update or expedition the following Wednesday or Thursday. It's a pattern, right? Somehow, Sean and the community have come to this mutual understanding where he can tease an update without words, without promises, and without risk of disappointment, since again, no words. It's actually kind of beautiful how elegant the whole thing is, isn't it? It's like a dance. We don't talk about that enough, you know? Anyway, bacon. Weekend. What could it mean? Well, while there's always a chance Sean was just sharing his breakfast with us, it's fair to assume we're probably going to see some kind of announcement or update from Hello Games this first week of June. With the Switch 2 launching this week, I speculated in the last video that Switch 2 support for No Man's Sky could be a real possibility. They already support the game on Switch, and free software upgrades are kind of Hello Games' bread and butter, so I wouldn't be surprised if they announced Switch 2 support, perhaps accompanied by a quality of life focused update for No Man's Sky. That sounds pretty nice. They might even sprinkle in a new expedition and Twitch Drops campaign for flavor. Yummy. The other large event this week is, of course, Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest on Friday, June 6th. At the risk of retreading the same ground as last episode, I'll say that Hello Games has a long track record of announcing games and updates at Jeff Keighley's showcase events. So it's not unreasonable to imagine they might partner up for a surprise announcement on Friday. It could be the next No Man's Sky update, especially with the bacon tweet now cooking. However, the more intriguing idea is that it could be a long-awaited update on Light No Fire's development. We haven't seen any gameplay since the game's reveal at the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, in 2023. We're also missing a release date, or even a release year at this point, so what makes this suggestion even more imaginable is the fact that Sean's bacon was retweeted from the official Light No Fire account. Now they're cooking with fire. So I won't pretend to know what that actually means or if it means anything, Because on one hand, it could just be Sean getting more reach and engagement on his original post. I mean, the official Hello Games account also retweeted the bacon. Hell, I retweeted the bacon. And I'm sure as heck not releasing a new trailer for Dugek or Bacon next week or anything. But on the other hand, Sean is clearly aware of how this community overreacts to any little crumb he drops. So retweeting from the Light No Fire account on a week when folks are speculating we might see a Light No Fire update would be pretty crazy work if it doesn't mean anything. Madness either way, right? So, we're probably seeing something from No Man's Sky this week, maybe something from Light No Fire. It could be a new iPhone wallpaper, it could be a release date announcement, it could be anything. Remember, y'all, keep your expectations in check. Now, expectations aside, what could Sean possibly mean by bacon, right? Well, let's see what the community's saying. Let's start with friend of the channel, Beeblebum. He pondered the possibility of this being a pun emoji, like orange representing origins. Bacon could mean beacon. No Man's Sky beacons. I quite like the idea. He also ties it back to the Beacons of Gondor, which he says seems very Light No Fire, and I must admit, it seems very Light No Fire. I think it's a good name for an update in general, though. Like, it rolls off the tongue. It could relate to a ton of exploration-type content, like following emergency beacons. Or it could also relate to the autophage or the Abyss storyline. Maybe those guys are being called by some kind of beacon. I don't know. I do like the idea, though. But let's see what some other folks are dreaming up. Satva Sid brings up the possibility of a sizzle reel, since bacon famously sizzles. I think that's extremely clever. A sizzle reel full of new footage would honestly fit both No Man's Sky and Light No Fire. I mean, it fits with Hello Games in general. Heck, it fits in perfectly with Summer Game Fest, which is itself like a 4-hour sizzle reel. So I really like this interpretation. Very smart. On the other side of the spectrum is the LZ, with the idea of stripping in No Man's Sky, since, it's a strip of bacon. Yeah, I can't hate. That's a pretty funny idea. Good one, LZ. Craig Mark of No Man's Sky Resources said, bringing home the bacon. That's quite an astute relation to make, I have to say. Bringing home the bacon. Is it an economy update? Well, honestly, that would be disastrous for the video I'm currently working on. No spoilers, but kind of hope it isn't. It could also mean Hello Games are about to make bank on Light No Fire pre-orders. Herdy-dur. Or maybe we're all about to get rich. Rich with new content, huh? Bringing home the bacon. Could be maybe Sean's getting a new job to bring home the bacon. Maybe his wife's really proud of him because he's been bringing home the bacon. I don't know. Maybe it's quite literally a bacon delivery service. Like, are we door dashing bacon now? The hell kind of video is this? Anyway, I'm moving on. Cash Karoon said, bacon comes from pig, and Sean likes playing with words, so that means we'll soon get a snig pig on some more Light No Fire content, ? Hashtag No Man's Sky. So I had to look up what snig pig meant, and I couldn't find anything, and then I realized, it came to me, Cash was being funny with his words. When he said snig pig, he meant sneak peek. We'll get a sneak peek. Dang it, I'm smart, right? Honestly, though, relating bacon back to pigs is a pretty fun idea, right? Maybe it's a fauna update or some kind of farming update or something like that. Who's to say? My wife's first thought was that bacon emoji just meant being able to cook bacon in No Man's Sky. And honestly, of all these ridiculous ideas, that sounds pretty plausible. We've been getting a ton of food and cooking updates lately, so maybe it's time for an actual cooking minigame with like sizzling bacon, right? Where you actually have a pan and you're cooking the bacon. If that's the case, I hope they don't penalize you for making it too crispy, because my parents always cook bacon super crispy, so that's how I grew up liking it. Side note, I'm also from San Antonio, breakfast taco capital of the world, non-negotiable. So bacon and egg tacos, maybe those are coming to No Man's Sky. I don't know, right? But yeah, we have no idea. Nothing's confirmed. Bacon and egg tacos are as valid a guess as any at this point. But what do y'all think, you watching this video? I'd love to hear some more ideas in the comments below. I'm a creative man, if I do say so myself. And I do. But y'all always impress me with your ideas. You're always coming up with things I never thought of, so I'd like to see those ideas if you don't mind. While you're at it, let me know what you think we might see this week. Do you think we're going to see Switch 2 support? Maybe a Light No Fire announcement, new expedition, or something else entirely, right? Who's to say? I'm going to be putting out a poll on my channel as well, so be sure to vote in that if you see it, right? I love to see those statistics. Otherwise, I think that's our show. It's probably on the shorter side since, episode 38 was like 2 days ago, and all the news we have since then is a bacon emoji. But hey, you know me, I always have to make a video when Sean breaks out the emojis. It's like a tradition. So I appreciate you stopping by and joining in the speculation with me. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. Really helps the channel, trying to get it back on its feet. And if you're interested in my coverage of whatever's coming next, whatever it is, it's going to be exciting to see, right? If you're interested, I am offering, at this time, free subscriptions to my channel. Just hit that subscribe button and the discount will apply automatically. I promise, no credit card needed. Otherwise, this has been episode 39 of the Deep Space Travel Break. I've been Kanaju. You've been great. Thanks for watching. And special thanks to my valued members of the channel. I'll see y'all in the next video. Adios.